Alright guys, Kirk here from MotoGear TV. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. And today it's going to be something pretty special I wanted to share with everybody here on the channel. Now for those of you who have been following us on Instagram, you know that we just announced a brand new car for the channel. Now today I have Mark's 335i behind me as well as my M2, but there's something else that's really special directly behind me that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm happy that we're able to finally have it in our possession and feature it for you guys. So you're definitely not going to want to miss this one. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to hand it over to Mark and he's going to talk about it.
Alright, before we go ahead and reveal the car, I want you guys to leave in the comment section what you actually think it is. Like, pause the video right now, leave a comment below, tell us what you think this car is, and then we'll go right into it.
Alright, here it is guys, our brand new project, well Mark's brand new project for the channel, 2011 BMW E90 M3. Now I know she looks a little bit rough on the exterior, but it's a very unique find for us. Really good example of a car despite having the damage on the front. There's some exterior damage as well. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but for right now I just want to give you guys just a quick 360 walk around and tell you a little bit more about what we have in store for it.
So for me, I was actually looking for M3 for a couple months now, and I was having a very hard time finding any good examples on the used market. So one day I just decided, you know what, let me see what's available on Copart, and funny enough we came across this car, and this car is actually a pretty special car. It's a 2011 M3 E90 competition, so it has the electronic suspension and the Style 359 wheels. I mean, as you can see, like, the damage really isn't anything too major. Most of it is cosmetic. There's a few small issues with the suspension, but you know, for me, I really wanted something that was not necessarily perfect because I wanted to put my own touch on it in the end and have content for the channel. And I feel like this is a car that, you know, a lot of people, you know, really want to see, and you know, it really is a dream car for a lot of people. Because for me, coming from my 335, you know, M3 was always like the car to get, and now, you know, I have it, so I feel like I can give you guys a good comparison versus, like, you know, for 335 people, if you want to know, hey, is the M3 worth it, and vice versa. Most of the damage you can really see from the outside, the cosmetics. There is a big chunk missing from the bumper, but we plan to do something special with this, so that's actually not that bad. The windshield does have a big crack in it, so that's probably the first thing that I'm going to address. But overall, like, you can take a look at the body lines, like, there's practically zero dents. Most of the stuff is really just with the front end cosmetically.
Yeah,
paint is in pretty excellent condition.
Yeah, very surprised at this. You know, it's really smooth, not a lot of scratches at all. You know, the rims are in pretty good shape.
And then coming around to the back of this car was actually 100% flawless when we first purchased it, but unfortunately the shipper that we used was pretty negligent and he ended up damaging the bumper, so we're gonna have to get this fixed or replaced. It kind of sucks, but you know, it's kind of part of this process. You know, you buy a car from a different state, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, so you know, we just have to add it to the process and make it better than what it was before. And now the interior is really what makes this car special. As you guys can see, it has the black leather with the palladium silver inserts. From what I can find online, this car in this spec, there was only 12 of them made, so that was actually a huge plus for me when I found this car. And unfortunately the airbags did go off in the collision, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue. We're going to go ahead and replace these, and the process to do that is pretty straightforward, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue.
I did want to go ahead and really show you guys the engine. It's a little bit dirty right now. There we go. So S65 V8, don't worry, we're gonna get everything cleaned up. As you guys can see, the engine is still intact. We're hoping that we shouldn't have any issues with the engine, but I know that once we pull everything down and take a good look at it, we should be able to see, you know, what needs to be addressed. But overall, just looking at it initially, we don't see anything that's out of place. Even right here, these engines are known for the oil to kind of leak out from the seal, and it's pretty clean right there, so that's a good indication. We did check all the fluids on our initial inspection, everything looks intact. I think the next step for us right now is to basically see what needs to be addressed first. So most likely we'll start with the most important pieces to kind of get this thing back on the road. Windshield, obviously, we're going to be replacing the bumper. Now there is some slight damage to the fender and the bonnet. We're going to try and see if we can salvage it, as well as the rear bumper as well. There is some damage underneath the car, but we're going to get to that in another video and show you exactly what we're working with. But the main concern for right now is to just kind of get it back to a certain spec that we're both comfortable with, and we can take it from there. Alright guys, and there you have it. That was just a quick overview of the M3. I hope you guys are looking forward to the build. And before we continue, I just want to be able to say something really quickly. I'm not going to downplay this. This is going to be probably the biggest project we've ever undertaken so far. We're really looking forward to it. We're going to be having content coming from not only this, but the M2 and Mark 335 as well. And I just want to say that, you know, with us growing over the past year, we started YouTube a year ago. And us funding these cars is no easy task. We both have day jobs and we're both working hard to kind of build the brand and build the channel. I really want us to continue to grow, and I hope that you guys are appreciating the things that we're doing. Trust me, it's going to be very exciting to see what the next couple months holds for us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mark feels the same way as far as us growing the content and growing the channel.
We definitely want to kick up the content more. We have a lot of videos that we want to do, and we have a lot of things planned. As Kirk said, you know, the M2, the 335, you guys haven't really seen much of this car on the channel, so we really want to start bringing a lot more of that content to you. So just really stay tuned, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and just follow us along for the journey.
And I hope this motivates anybody who's trying to build their cars as well. We definitely want to support the entire car community, not just BMWs, but everybody who has a passion for it. And I hope you guys appreciate the things that we're doing. So please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on any of the cars, make sure to turn on your post notifications and follow us on Instagram as well. I think we want to wrap this video up. Stay tuned for the next one.
And we out.